Alright, here's a video of my system. We'll do a fish video later. This one I gotta concentrate on the filtration system. Alright, so basically all my tanks are drilled. I gotta do some cleaning up, but I made DIY overflows. Tanks are drilled. Okay, here's the heating setup. This is my main pump, 3,500 gallons per hour. Goes up, I got a valve. It's open all the way. And it goes up. And it goes to the top pipe. And then this pipe right here goes back down. And I do have another valve on there, right here. And then it goes back down to the second row of tanks. And it goes around the room, and it goes to my 55s. I will be taking these 55 downs, and I will be putting up a wall of 20s. I have 20-gallon high tanks that I gotta get plumbed in. Now this extra pump here is to my heater. Okay, and this gets controlled by an electronic temperature controller. And I have this plumbed in to this. It comes up here, goes into my pool and spa heater, and then it goes back down, back into the sump. Now this is all the plumbing that comes from my hot water heater. I use PEX tubing. This is a Bell & Gossett pump. It's a hydronic heating pump. It draws hot water from the hot water heater, and then it goes into this pool and spa heater. And there's a series of fins in here, like channels, that the hot water goes through. And basically the water from the sump goes and it circulates around them, and then it gets warmer. The hot water, like I said, comes through from the hot water heater, goes down the pool and spa heater, and it comes back up. And it goes into this air scoop. You need an air scoop because you don't want any air bubbles in it. And the air scoop will take out any air that is in the system. I have valves on it to shut it off, so if I have to do any maintenance, I can do that. It's all plumbed into my ceiling. Forgive any mess in here. Okay. And then it's hooked up to my water heater. So basically, this is the hot water line off your hot water heater. You want to tee off on your hot water line. You can see the tee right there. And then that will go back. That's the one that goes to the pump. So the pump draws into the pump, goes to the pool and spa heater, and then it creates a loop, and then it comes back. And I have it teed, I have it put back in. It goes back into the bottom of the water heater. This creates a closed circuit loop. And there's one important thing on the return line to the water heater. You're going to want to put in a spring check valve. That doesn't allow any water to flow back up into the system. So that's what you're going to want. And it creates the loop. Now all of this, these two pumps, this Bell & Gossett pump, and then the heating pump that's in my sump, are plugged into this electronic temperature controller. And with this temperature controller, you can set the range. So like mine is set at a high range of 83, and it's a 3-degree swing. So when it hits a certain point, when it hits like, believe it's 81 degrees, or 80 degrees, it sends a signal to this, basically, and it turns on both pumps. It turns on this pump, and it turns on the pump. This pump draws in the hot water again, and the other pump will turn on the heating. It'll draw water from the tank, from all your tanks. And like I said, this is basically a big radiator, and it heats up the water in the sump, and it goes from there. I mean, I have my hot water heater's probably set at about, I think it's like 125 degrees. So it doesn't take long to heat up all of these tanks. I think right now I'm running, what is it? It's close to 300 gallons, and it takes probably about 7 minutes, and it heats it all up about 3 degrees. So there you go. If you got any questions, just ask.